Hey, girl, we back.
We back. Welcome back to PinkTaxChat. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to
Good.
be back talking about finances, relationships, everything from A
Right.
to Z. I'm like, So let's start.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
today's topic, you want to introduce it? Go ahead.
I can try. I think what we want to kind of touch on today, correct me if I'm wrong, and expand if needed, but we really want to touch on to pay or to not pay when it comes to like relationships, maybe even dating. Maybe we'll touch on dating too. If not, maybe we'll touch on that another time. I think our focus is on relationships today, and then we may kind of like dabble in dating too. But to pay or not to pay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and explain a little bit more on that. What are we really touching on?
Okay. So we've already discussed in our other episodes. We are operating from a strong energy, dominant energy, and showing up in that way in our relationships, the dating, whatever the situation is. So, of course, finance does come up in a relationship. Uh,
Of course.
I mean, naturally,
Yeah.
we're going to be, interacting that just naturally happen. I remember discussing with a friend, um, she was saying her Christmas gift. Do I
Mm.
$100? Do I spend 50? Do I spend 25? Oh, how does that, right? So how does that
Sticky.
work? Do you communicate that with them first, or like
Ooh.
finance itself is a sticky topic, and it can hurt, pride too. So
Mm-hmm.
do we introduce that conversation? Is that a healthy way to, or do we just and show up and see what happened Christmas Day? But,
Mm.
you know,
Yes, I do. So my first thought is it really depends. I
hmm
know that's like it's not the ideal answer, but I feel like honestly it depends because every situation, relationship, or a dating encounter is different. So you have to know who you are dealing with. Who are
right.
you in a relationship with? Is that person stingy? Is
Ooh,
that person friendly and willing to buy or share what they have with you freely? Like you have to just think about your person who you are typically interacting with. What are their characteristics? Like
mhm.
what is their character? If that person is not very kind or willing to buy you things or share what they have with you, then that maybe needs to like steer your decision. What do I mean by that? Okay, suppose you're in a relationship with someone. It's a new relationship and the holidays are coming up.
Right.
Typically this person is always willing to cover. You don't have to worry about finances with them. They
Oh,
are not stingy. They're very free with what they have. What's theirs is yours. Then I think it's a no-brainer. You're
right.
going to be willing to, and you're going to want to. Honestly, I think if you're a good person, you have a good heart, you're going to want to reciprocate that. You're going to want to return that energy and give them something nice. And they deserve that. That's
Right.
my personal 2 cents. I think for that situation, it makes sense. I think you give them a nice gift. You give them something they're going to appreciate, they're going to like, they're going to enjoy. You're going to be paying attention to what they like, and then you're going to surprise them,
Right.
right? And I don't we're gonna touch on this later. I don't want to jump too much, but like the price tag itself, like how much is too much? We'll touch on that a little bit later. I don't want to jump, but I would
Right.
say you're obviously gonna get them again. I think that's a yes situation.
Right.
What do you think is a no situation?
Like, for example, I mean, like you said, it's going to show up in little areas when you're dating and in a relationship, whatever. It's taking it
Mm-hmm.
for individual, but it's going to show up. It can be like directly. Like, let's say you said, "Hey, babe, can you pick up my favorite drink? You know, coffee, whatever your favorite tea, coffee." If how he responds to that would like kind of determine that for me. If it's like, "Hey, all right, fine, sure, I'll pick it up for you, but can you Venmo or Cash at me $3?"
Wow, wow, wow.
Right? That's gonna be like
No. I
energy.
think people know that about me. It's a no. It's a no
Right,
from me. It's a
right.
no. But
Like,
you know,
you know what I mean? $3,
yeah,
okay. Like that's
yeah.
what and
But
then
people are petty.
right.
People are petty. You know, I mean, that's
Mm,
my personal opinion. People can be petty when it comes to money
right.
and you know with a new person.
Mm,
But I think honestly, if you don't want to buy your person something,
mm.
then maybe you're with the wrong person. I feel like you're naturally gonna just want to give freely with someone you really like or you
Yeah.
really care about or you really appreciate. So if you find yourself or you find your partner or person is not freely giving, that may be an indicator as to how they really feel about you.
But if the energy is not exchanging at the same frequency, then
Reciprocation
I don't think we need to be continuing.
together,
Don't
together. At all, at all, at all.
right.
So now that we kind of like set the standard of if we're together in a relationship, new or not, the holidays are coming up. I think it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
to go ahead and exchange gifts. And when
Yeah.
I say new, I mean like, you know, maybe 3 months or something like that.
Right.
But I feel like when a relationship, you've
Mm-hmm.
already been dating. So you should already have a feel
Right.
for who you're dealing with. You should not be getting in a relationship with someone. I mean, do I need to explain that? Like, you
Oh.
should not be like if you're dating and you're seeing the red flags, like exit
Continuing.
stage left. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we need to explain that, but I'm just gonna throw it out there, like disclaimer. But I'm saying you've already gotten in a relationship. I feel like you should already have a good feel.
Right.
So let's back up because I think sometimes when people are dating, they're
Mm-hmm.
not sure how to approach. And I think that'd be a good place to kind of touch on. So for you personally, when you're dating someone,
Mm-hmm.
what's your rule of thumb of when you'd be willing to buy a gift and maybe when you like, nah, I'm a whole. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, we're like new. I don't know, like drop bags or like 100, 150. Like I feel like it wouldn't do. And if we're new, and to be fair, if you haven't spent that on me yet, then vice versa. I should not spend that on you yet. It's just fair. It's fair. It's not like you know what I mean. I don't want to
Yes, yeah,
buy like for example, like I'm trying to throw out a really easy example.
yeah.
Jerseys are expensive because they have different
Mm,
like stitch, material, I mean, it's just and a nice top tier jersey could cost 500. That's just top.
I didn't know
But
that.
it's expensive. But like
I never bought one, so
I did, I just
hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. It's a nice gift. It is.
but like regular nice enough could be like 100 something with
Okay.
that added
Okay.
to. So I'm like, okay, like yeah, this is great. This is a great gift. It's his favorite team. But then, like, let's say I show up and I spend like 120 on that jersey. I'm like throwing out a number.
Right.
120 on that jersey, and you gave me a $20 gift card to what? Like, I'm gonna be a little disappointed, right? Because like,
Of
not
course.
not in a selfish way, but like, this is how I showed up for you, and
I
this is
think it means you care a little bit more, or you like a little bit more, maybe. I don't, like that's how I would look at it. Yeah.
like, right. So it's like,
I
mm,
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Um, okay. So I think a good thing to do is to define what is new. So like for dating, for example, if you're like you just started dating a few weeks ago and like Christmas is coming up, maybe not. You maybe pass on exchanging gifts, or you'll maybe give each other like cute little, small gifts. Nothing big, but something maybe thoughtful, you
yeah,
know.
like,
Maybe like a little gift card or something.
yes, yes, or
Something cute.
like you know how some in the beginning some couples do like relationship dating coupon. Okay, use this coupon.
That's so cute. I like
Yes,
those.
this coupon for one
Yes.
date night with me. Use this for massage with me. It might not be expensive or whatever, but it's still
Or cost money at all. Right.
right. And
Right.
it's not to count. And you're spending
Right.
time and you're using that time to get to know them more. So it still should be appreciated, especially getting to know them. Right?
Yes, yes, you get creative with it. And I think those are really cute for like the newer dating, and the holidays have come up. And so it kind of removes that anxiety. You can still give someone a gift without it being like blow a bag. You know what I mean? Like blow a bag. We don't got to do that. Now, if you've been dating for a while, say 6 months, 8 months, I think you should definitely be exchanging gifts. I don't think it should be a question. And again, if you're not sure, that may be an indicator that you should not be continuing with that situation.
Mhm.
I don't know. Um, I'm a firm believer that dating is like either it is or it's not. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, is it working or not? Like, you make a decision. I don't. It should not be gray. It should not be. It should. If there's a lot of, I'm not sure. I don't know how they feel about me. The answer is they don't like you that much. Let it go. But
Mhm.
we're gonna hold that for another conversation, another day. We're not talking about dating in that way. So we're just talking about like gifts, paying, things like that. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Like, keep in mind for your situation, if you're dating and it's been a while, it's been several months, and you're unsure or it's
Mhm.
gray, and you probably don't need to continue with that situation. And then if you like stop, then you don't need to exchange gifts. That's my 2 cents. I'm just throwing it out there. That's me.
No, I agree. Buy things and then you know what I mean? There's no, back and forth, there's none of that. Then if I'm starting to become resentful of that person because they're not showing up, then yes, I absolutely should like just leave and remove myself from the situation because
Yeah.
girl, like you said, in our 30s, and I don't think we have that kind of time to wait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and I don't want to.
No,
At this
same.
age, I don't want to. I really honestly don't.
But we
And
should not.
right.
We should not. We should
And
not.
I think also I want to add this. If we're having conversations with our friends, of course, we like share. If you're telling your friends, like, girl, he's not doing this, that's already signs like
Right.
move
Right.
yourself. You
Right.
know,
Right.
you have to.
Yes. Agree. Agree 100%. Now, I wanna back up just a little bit, because like how much should you spend, right? You touched on it a little bit. I think we can expand a little bit more,
Okay.
because I've definitely been in this situation. I think everyone at some point
Oh,
has.
for sure.
I think for me, what I do, I
Mm-hmm.
like to pay attention and just watch what the other person is doing and how they show up. What kind of dates is this person like taking me on? Where are
Mm-hmm.
we going? What are we doing? The quality time spent.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do pay attention to like, are we doing things that are like cheap or are we doing things that are a little bit more pricey? And
Right.
I'm not gonna get in deep into like a cheap date and all that. I'm not here to debate that. We're not here to debate that. No. But I'm just saying like for a quality good date, for me is not the movies. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with the movie, but I do have personal feelings. How are you really getting to know each other during a movie? You can't. You can't. Again, that's for me. That's a Tasia thing. So I pay attention to like the types of dates, the frequency, how often are we getting together, and like what are we doing? Are we active? What is that person saying? They really enjoy. They like. I listen to what that person, shares with me in conversation, and I try to just take like cute mental notes. And
Mm-hmm.
when it comes time for me to decide when I'm ready to like buy or maybe get them a gift, then I try to do something that's thoughtful. Again, we're dating, we're not in a relationship. I'm not blowing the bag. I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not. And everyone has a different level for like what a bag is for them, but I think like reasonable, well, $100 maybe. Again, it depends on the type of person you're dating. If you're dating someone who is very generous
Mm-hmm.
and they're taking you like on really nice expensive dates, like, or you're going on vacations, you're flying places, they're giving you bags, like, then this conversation is going to look different, and what you'd be willing to pay for a gift is going to look different. It's going to be up. You're going to be willing to do a little bit more, I think, because that person is showing up for you in a completely different way. And I love that for you, by the way. But, if it's something that, like, you're not, like, going on really expensive, vacations or trips or anything like that, but you're still doing nice things, going out to dinner, you're going to concerts, or you're maybe going to like plays, or those are still very nice, and a little bit more pricey
I
dates.
see.
Yeah. So take that into consideration. If that person is, spending that time and energy and money on you, there's nothing wrong with you getting them something nice, and nice is subjective. I know that everybody's idea of nice is different, but maybe you don't want to get that person like a hat. Maybe you want to get them something a little bit more, so that's why this conversation is sticky. But
Mm-hmm.
I think, generally, if someone is spending more than $100 often on like dates and things like that, then I think getting someone a gift for about 100, 200, I think it's fair.
Oh,
And
right.
again, and again, it's up to you. It's completely up to you.
I feel like how he shows up, it will be how I show up.
That's right. We're gonna match the energy for sure.
That
In a
that
good way, not in a negative way.
yes, yes.
Because I know people talk about matching energy like in a negative way, and I'm not
No,
encouraging that. I feel like if you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel you need to match energy in a negative way, you need to leave.
please.
You need to leave. You need to leave
I
because
think
we too old, we too grown.
yeah, we are.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think we're too old to be petty in that way in our
yeah.
relationship.
Tit for tat. No,
No,
not doing that.
if you bring that out in me, if you're bringing that out in me, I want that because I feel like naturally in dating, we should bring out the best in each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bring
Right.
out. best out of me,
Right.
and vice versa. I want to bring out the best out of you. That's how we should
Mm-hmm.
have a relationship. So if it's like,
Mm.
then just
Yeah.
remove yourself from that situation. We've had good times. That.
Yeah. So, of course, there are people who don't necessarily celebrate Christmas or, the mainstream holidays. They may celebrate other holidays. And that's where I think conversation should happen. Because you
Mhm.
asked in the beginning, you said, do you talk about it? I think you should. I think you should be able to talk about it. Not necessarily from like the standpoint or viewpoint of, hey, are we exchanging gifts? Maybe not in that way, but as you're dating and becoming more familiar with this person, you're going to learn things about them. I think it would be fair and smart to ask them if they celebrate the holidays and have a conversation about that. And then based on their answer, you'll know, like, okay, if they don't celebrate like Christmas or exchanging gifts, then you have your answer.
Right.
You probably not gonna exchange gifts. Um, but if they do, then okay, it'd be good to like talk about that. And I think
Mhm.
it's a good way to also like kind of touch on how you guys envision spending the holidays and if that will be inclusive of each other, you know, especially if you're like new and you're just starting out, like you're probably not going to be meeting each other's family, no, but do you want to spend time together or maybe like grab a few days and like go out of town and maybe get like a cute little cabin? I don't know, I'm throwing out some stuff, but
Like a
it looks different for everyone.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you don't have to worry about fixing the bed or making the meals. Let's just do something us that
Yeah.
intimate of just you know what I mean. You and me.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or showing up in your relationship, in your dating,
Mm.
whatever you're doing, showing
Yeah.
up. I think it's
Yeah.
important. You
Yeah.
know, the
It
energy.
is.
Energy is very, very important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a one-way street. We're going to obviously talk about this from a woman's perspective. But for men, I think a lot of the same applies. Now, everyone handles their situations differently, but I would say generally the woman is probably not like covering dates. Okay.
Right. Right.
So how you kind of ascertain that for a woman will look different, but I think it's a very similar concept. Is that person or is that woman reciprocating your energy? Is she kind? Is she thoughtful? Usually women will still show that they like you or they appreciate you in different ways. They may not buy you things, but I feel like women still have a very unique way of letting you know that she likes you, she's thinking about you, she appreciates you. And so I feel like you will have an idea. You will
Right.
have an idea of if that person or that woman you know will maybe buy you something or get you something or make you something. It doesn't have to always be a bought gift. It
Right.
doesn't. Someone can make you something. People are talented. Like people have all kinds of skills. So someone could be really good and talented at making things and they can give you a gift that is like that. I know people who make candles. I know people who make shirts and oh my gosh, so many different things. So it's not necessarily about the price tag. I want to emphasize that it's not. It is really about the thought. It is
Mhm.
really about the thought behind it, the fact that someone cared enough to get you, make you, or buy you something. But
That
I do, yeah, go ahead.
that they know you will like
You
good.
will like, yeah, that you will like,
They
not just anything,
yeah.
not something cheap and
No.
like thoughtless. It's not the
Right.
Dollar Tree. Okay.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. That. Don't do that.
Right.
That's a little bit embarrassing. Honestly, if you don't have enough money to like, buy something that's not in the Dollar Tree, maybe you should not be dating. Like reevaluate your life for a moment. But like, yeah, like I mean, I like what you brought up though. You said, okay, I'm looking at this person, I like this person, I decide to go ahead and buy them something for $100, and then they give me something for $20 or something that's a little bit more on the cheaper side.
Mhm.
What do you do in that situation?
Right. Right.
For me, I think I just reevaluate. Like, okay, maybe I'm doing too much and I need to bring it down.
Or like maybe am I moving too fast? I like we're not on the same page. Maybe that's like
No.
that needs to be had because we're not on the same page, and we're like, I mean, if we're not in the same page, I mean, like let's just say we're 6 months in, I'm gonna be a little bit concerned because we're not on
Concern.
the page six
Concern.
months in.
Very, very concerned.
Uh,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Uh,
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I think I agree. I agree with that. I can't disagree with that. I would like to hope that I'm able to gauge enough that I'm not gonna be like overspending that
Right.
much. Because like I said before, I like to just pay attention and, take note of what that person has been doing for me and with me. And I feel like ballpark, this makes sense. But some people don't care for gifts, or they don't put a lot of value and importance on gift exchanging.
Mm-hmm.
So in a situation like that, what are your thoughts?
Now this goes back to love language.
Yes,
Are you
yes,
communicating in your love language? Are you
right.
communicating in mine? And do you care about my love language? Because what if my love language was gift giving? Are you going to be completely dismissive of that? Or
Yeah, yeah.
because if you're only communicating in your love language, then I feel like we're not
It's
showing
no
up at
good. No, it's no good. It's no good
the
because you're not helping that person feel loved or seen or
or
appreciated.
being.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I love that you mentioned that because it 100%, ties to that love languages and knowing the person's, and that I think you 100% can have a conversation about.
Oh
That's
yeah.
something you can definitely talk about and kind of get a feel for it.
Mhm.
Around that holiday time, just to, I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. That's all. That's all. That's all. Um, but I
But
think, as a way to kind of wrap up a little bit, because we touched on
a
several
lot
different
of things.
things. And we'll come back and we'll expand on a few of those things. I think rule of thumb is to pay or not to pay, or to buy or not to buy. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
I think generally, if you've been dating for a while,
Mm-hmm.
you should be
Right.
exchanging gifts with each other.
Of
If
course.
everyone's on the same page, wants gifts, gifts, likes, celebrates, all of that, then yes, I think the answer is yes. You buy, you exchange gifts. If it's
Right.
been a short time, you're not sure, you could, but I think be very attentive
Mm.
to what the other person is doing and how they're showing up for you. And then you make a decision based on what you see. We can't tell you because we're not there with you, and every
Right.
situation is unique. But
Agreed.
you are there, And I think you're smart enough to figure it out. I think you can tell, you can sense, So if it's short time, it's young, it's new, be attentive to, what that person is doing. And if you guys feel comfortable, go ahead. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with exchanging gifts. I think that is a fun thing to do.
Right,
It's a nice thing to do too. Yeah.
right,
In a relationship, it's a no-brainer. I think the answer is always yes. I think the answer is always yes.
right,
Right? Yeah?
right,
Okay,
right.
what do you think? Go ahead. Do you disagree with anything I said, or do you have anything to add? What are your thoughts?
I mean, okay, I really feel like we should be showing up equally in our relationships and whatever it is, because how you show up determines what the relationship is going to look like moving
Right,
forward. It's going to
right.
show not only the relationship, it's going to show the lifestyle that you will provide that align with each other. That because if the lifestyle you're providing now while we're in a relationship, I'm going to see how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yes,
it,
yes.
it just shows up in many different ways. And like Tasia said, we have to be attentive to those little things because those little things now become big
Big.
things later.
Yes,
So
yes, they
much
do.
attentive to this, and that. Even if you think, oh, but now could be later. What? Excuse me?
Yes, it made me think of.
Right,
You have a reaction. That's a good one, though. Yes, I agree. I was just gonna say that made me think of one. I don't know if you remember, but Ashanti, she has a song, and I think it's called "Foolish." But anyway, there's a line in there where she mentions, like, the things that we put up with later become the things that we regret.
Ooh.
And that is so true. The things that you kind of overlook
Mhm.
or conveniently choose not to see when you're dating someone because you like them, those red flags, they later become big deal breakers and the reason why, the relationship ends. So try to avoid that by, again, being attentive and taking note. And then if it's not a good fit,
It's not.
bye, baby. It was
I
nice knowing you.
I
That's
agree.
okay.
I agree. And like you said, you are paying attention to that person. So, like the bottom line, how do you a queen?
Yeah, yeah,
Period.
yeah,
Vice
yeah.
versa.
And practice generosity. There's
Right?
nothing wrong with being generous with someone that you really like and care about. I don't like stinginess. Stingy, that's out. We don't like that. So
We
if you're with someone, be, like, yeah, I think that's a rule of thumb too. Like,
right?
yeah, yeah. I hate to say it, but sometimes you do have to, like, mention that. Like,
Right.
if you should naturally want to give to the person that you're dating or relationship. So if you don't, then maybe that means something. You know?
Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah,
concern.
yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. So I hope that we gave you some things to ponder, think about. Let us know what you think. I'd be curious to know your thoughts and your personal experience because everyone is unique and different. So let us know what you think. To pay or not to pay, to exchange gifts or not exchange gifts when you are dating in a relationship, and what that looks like for you guys. We appreciate you guys listening and spending time with us. And until next time, bye.
Bye.